Deshaun Watson is a guy that the Browns are heavily courting. We know that. We know in addition to the Browns, Carolina, New Orleans, and he's meeting with Atlanta. So those are the four teams kind of in the mix. Before the meeting with Atlanta, Sheena Quick, Panthers beat reporter, said this about the way that Deshaun Watson was thinking, and it wasn't necessarily that the Panthers were the leading candidate.
As far as them being the front runners, I know for sure that they offer the best package above and beyond for Houston. It would be in Houston's best interest for the Panthers to be their trade partner, but ultimately it comes down to Deshaun Watson. And as of this morning, I was hearing that he's leaning towards the Browns just because of the roster and the situation with coaching staff and things like that.
Yeah, and so this is to follow up on that. Again, Sheena Quick is a Panthers beat reporter. This was before his meeting with the Falcons today. Browns, Panthers, Saints in that order. And G. Bush, that wow was something that I also kind of said when I saw that report earlier today. Again, he's from that area. Carolina would be his home. Because went to Clemson, so those beat reporters in that area know him a little bit. That's where the sources are coming from. That is a little bit of a surprise to me that that he would be leaning that way.
The catch-22 here is anytime that you're dealing with a team and they need to get something, the most valuable package, and then you're dealing with the player, and the player wants to go to the best team that gives them the best chance to win. Those are two competing things that really kind of, don't go hand in hand sometimes. So if you're Deshaun Watson, you got to think about it like this. If you got a team like the Browns that are really good as far as their roster is concerned, offensive line, top three? I would say the best running back tandem in the game with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Then they go out and get Amari Cooper, who is your number one receiver. Now, if you think about that roster and you say, okay, if I do want to go somewhere, how much is it going to take for that team to get me in return? Because even though after we go to that team, even though after we transfer and I move to the team that has moved all these picks, I still got to play there. So it doesn't behold me. It doesn't do me any favors if I go to a team and they had to give up the world to get me, and now I'm in the same position I was with the Houston Texans. It just doesn't make sense. So if you look at the teams from the Saints to the Falcons, or even with the Panthers, yeah, they can give up all that stuff, all the draft capital and 3-4 other players. However, what do they have left after they give up the world? If you look at the Browns and they only want draft capital, the Browns can get rid of some 1s and 2s or whatever they want, and they still have Myles Garrett. They still have Denzel Ward. They still have Newsome. They still got the best running game in the league. So it's it should have made sense for most of us. I just don't think that we thought this was a 60-70% possibility that he could be on the table like this quickly.
Yeah, and the other thing is there's certainly going to be some pushback. And I'm not minimizing the 22 allegations. Again, I come at it from a little bit different perspective. I have 3 daughters. 2 of them are in their 20s. So I get it as far as what people are saying about the problems that bringing in a Deshaun Watson would be.